So I heard you have plans for 2025. Your dreams are pinned, you're creating a vision board. Every aesthetic reel that's coming up is saved. Your journals are full, you're creating a new Notion dashboard. You have plans for 2025, but then every year you don't take action. I'm Marissa. I'm a content creator, writer, a business owner, creative entrepreneur. Dream, plan, embody. Become the best version of yourself while loving absolutely every version of you along the way. By the end of this video, you are going to have 25 habits to start in 2025. So you can have well-rounded habits that bring all of those dreams you've pinned to life. First up is money. Here are 5 money habits that you are going to start right now. Number 1, tracking expenses. You want to know how much you are spending, especially on some of those subscriptions that you just signed up to any Black Friday deals that were like free, but it's going to renew in a month or two. Make sure you know exactly how much is going out. You can do this by just in your notes app, in a Google sheet. You can try different budgeting apps, but know where your money is going. Number 2, automate as much as you can. I know when I was in my early 20s, I hated automating like my bills or having money just go to my savings account because I wanted to feel in control. I wanted to choose to send the money to whatever account it had to go to, whatever bill it had to go to. I felt the need to control where it was going. The money I put into savings is weekly and it's automatic. I don't even see that money. It just goes into my savings account. All of my bills are automated except for one where I just have to go in at the beginning of the month and pay that one, but everything else is just, the money just goes. I don't have to think about it, and I already know how much money is going out, how much money is going in, and then whatever is already automated, it takes the stress away from constantly having to stay on top of like, oh, did I send that payment out? Oh, I forgot to send that payment. You got busy and you missed something. So try to automate as much as you can. Sit down week to week, every month. I started doing finance days, which was just like a monthly habit where I sat down and went through all of my expenses, what I spent, did I stay within the budget that I allotted myself, and so I could see where my money was going and maybe what areas of my life I could either cut back on, or if I needed to earn more money, if there was something that I could do to help me there. Your third money habit is going to be learning about your finances. So set 5 to 30 minutes aside every single day to either read a book about finance, watch a finance YouTuber, and just learn about money. If you want to get into investing, start following creators who talk about investing and look up apps or banks that can help you with investing. Start being proactive when it comes to your money. Which brings us into habit number 4. Spend time reviewing your financial goals. If you are somebody who wants to hit a certain number in your emergency fund, if you want to purchase a condo or a home, how much are you going to need for that down payment? Set those goals and then work backwards in terms of how much do you have to be saving? Or if, let's say you want to save $200 a month, but you don't have it right now, where can you find it? Are there side businesses? Is there a side gig you can sign up for? I started door dashing over the summer. I wanted to try it out just to see like the time I put in, how much I got out of it, and all of those things. And sure, it gave me like a couple $100 a month, which was great. But the time that I put in, the amount of gas that I had to spend, it just didn't really make sense to do that long term. That is truly just due to my town and my city. It's because you have to actually pick time slots and have like DoorDash be busy enough for you to go out, and it just didn't make sense for the town that I'm in. If you're somewhere that truly has a lot more people and you like driving, that is something you could try out. There are so many different side gigs and ways to make money online, and yes, there are scams. There are things that are like, you can make 10 grand right now if you do XYZ. But there are things out there that you can do that will earn you a couple $100s a month, if not more, even $1,000 a month, if you truly want to get more money coming in. Because when it comes to your finances, there's only 2 things that you can do. 1, lower your expenses, and 2, increase your income. So the 2 things that you can put your energy in, and if you're pinching pennies and you've already cut all of your expenses, the next thing to focus your energy on would be to increase your income. Whether that's asking for a raise, whether that's taking courses and getting a certificate to move up in a corporate ladder. Maybe it is to start looking at random things in your house. Can you sell something for $100 on Facebook Marketplace? And okay, boom, you made $100 right there. There are ways to make more money, and building out your money habits that you do on a daily basis in order to feel more confident in your money, to understand where you're spending, is going to help you in 2025. And then the 5th habit is buyer behavior. How do you spend your money? Analyze your own buyer behavior. How do you purchase things? Is it an impulse buy? If a text message comes through about a sale and you click on that button, add to cart, checkout, and that happens within a matter of like 5 minutes? Or do you know you want something, you budget it, you save for it, and then you purchase it? How is it that you currently spend your money? And then also you can dive into, why do you spend money the way that you do? Do you spend money to make yourself feel better because something happened and you're like, you know what, but I want to go buy myself a whole new outfit to make myself feel better? In the moment, it's impulsive. It's not something you need 100%. And is there a way to put a like 24-hour buffer of like, oh, I really want to do this, but can you pull yourself back? Can you catch yourself in those moments? Decide to be like, hey, wait, I don't actually need this right now. I'll give myself 24 hours. If I want it tomorrow, I can do that. Or maybe even do 48 hours. Because usually if you give yourself time, you can realize like, hey, that actually might not make the most sense, right? Next is your relationships. Here are 5 relationship habits that I want you to start implementing in order to just really connect with your partner or to uplift your relationships and understand who you are in your relationships, and also just make a deeper connection with the people in your life. The first habit is to show appreciation. Be active in your relationships and show appreciation for the things that people have done, whether it's just a thank you or a text message or a quick like, hey, I really appreciate that you did XYZ. Be active in those relationships just to show the people around you that you are truly grateful for them being in your life. And I know with relationships, sometimes it can be difficult because you might be like, well, I don't want to be the one to express this without them expressing it back. But the biggest thing when it comes to relationship is that if you want that love and acceptance, give that love and acceptance. Obviously not like blindly give it, but just habit number 2 is active listening. This is a skill, especially in this day and age when our attention spans are all over the place. Like you might just want to pick up your phone while you're in mid-conversation and that person might think that that's rude, or they might be like, okay, well, I should stop telling my story because that person's not paying attention. And yes, there are things like our ADHD, ADD, just attention spans are absolute garbage, which is why active listening is kind of a habit or a skill that you want to implement day to day. And when someone is telling you a story, actively engage in it so you can ask questions and continue getting to know like what they're talking about and truly engaging in that conversation and making them feel heard. Number 3 is reaching out. A friend, a family member, reach out, send a text, call, FaceTime, whatever means of communication you normally communicate in, just reach out. It doesn't have to be about plans. It could just be a simple like, hey, hope things are going good. Send a meme, send a TikTok video, and just reach out. Number 4, quality time. So after reaching out, you can actually make time and plans with the people in your life to just get together and spend time with each other. One thing that I've done in my family is that, so when I was a teenager, me and my grandma, we would watch Amazing Race together like every single Sunday, and that was kind of our thing. Obviously, I moved out, university, like we just obviously stopped doing that week to week. And then this past year, so like last fall, like not this September, the September before, we started doing it again. And so once a week I go to her house, we crochet and we watch Amazing Race. And obviously Amazing Race isn't starting until till 2025. So we just find other shows that we've been watching. And I still do that every single week. And it's been so amazing to reconnect and to just have that time with my grandma, because I absolutely love her and I kind of miss what that was like when we were, obviously you do stuff like that when you're a teenager or you're a kid, but we lose that connection to our family as adults. Even if it's once a month, dedicate like a coffee date or going thrifting with a friend, family member, whatever interests you guys have, just allocate as much time to it as you can. And then number 5 is to resolve conflicts early. And this comes from a place of like addressing either the misunderstanding, the miscommunication, communicate what hurt instead of letting it fester. It's communicating how they made you feel, but then also listening to what they have to say and then coming to an understanding of what happened. And yes, there are going to be things that are completely like either red flags or boundaries that if they cross this line, you do cut them off or you do distance yourself from them because it hurt you and harmed you and is going to continue to do so if their behavior doesn't change. So you make that decision. But also when it comes to relationships, no one's perfect and we all have our own triggers, traumas, ways of thinking. And when you combine that with a relationship, those are going to butt heads sometimes because people aren't going to have grown up in the exact same way. That's not how it's going to happen. So being willing to listen, spend time with somebody and understand who they are, because especially with resolving conflict, and the thing is that when it comes to resolving conflict, if going no contact with somebody is how you resolve it, that's fine. Because the thing is that if you constantly are putting yourself out there and trying to connect with this relationship and it's not giving you anything back other than like anxiety, sadness, frustration, and you are grieving what the relationship you want instead of actually looking at the relationship that's there. And that's what you get caught up in, is the idea of the relationship versus the actual tangible physical relationship that is in the now. Next up is career. So these 5 career focused habits are just going to help you either get further in your career, understand your career, and just to help you feel good about your career. Number 1, daily goals. So what do you want to get out of your workday? These could be workday goals. And how are you going to feel more productive? Set like your top 3 goals that are going to help you just really accomplish the workday. Habit number 2, learn a new skill. This goes for really any area of life, but when it comes to your career, put yourself out there, take an extra course. If your job offers you financial support when you do take a class, use that. Take a class in something that is related obviously to the field you're in, but maybe it helps you expand your knowledge as a whole and can be used in different industries. You never know where life's gonna take you. So learn as much as you can when it comes to your career and always be open to new opportunities. Number 3, networking. Either attend networking events that align with your career path or connect with people on LinkedIn, on social media that are either mentors, they've been in your industry and they can show you kind of the path that they took, or they inspire you to keep going and be in this industry. Connect with those people because that's going to help you stay motivated when it comes to pursuing your career. Number 4 is to reflect and adjust. So when you are looking at your career, you can reflect on what you've done and where you've been and how it's going. Is it fulfilling you? Is it what you've wanted? Maybe you got into a career at 18, 19, 20 and it wasn't really the thing you wanted to do. It was just something you were going to do because it was there at such a young age and you've stuck it out for the last 10 years and now you're like, is this really what I want to do? You can shift and adjust and change your career path in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You can do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun and exciting. It's going to be difficult. It might take a pay cut. It might shift things. You might have to work a different set of hours. It's going to make you uncomfortable. But what do we say on this channel? You are not lazy. You are just comfortable. Your comfort zone is there to protect you from any type of discomfort. But in order to push past your comfort zone, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable, which also is related to your career. If you do want to make a career change, you are going to have to adjust things and try something new. So just take time to reflect, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, on your career and whether or not this is what you want, if this is where you're going to go. And you can even look ahead and be like, okay, in a year's time, in 5 years' time, is this truly what I want for my career? And if the answer is yes, amazing, keep going. If the answer is no, start inquiring about what else you can do. Habit number 5 is to stay organized. If you are in a corporate position, stay organized in terms of all the communications you have, what you're working on, keeping track of all the things that you've accomplished so that you can use these things as like, hey, I'm actually really good at this. Here's what I've done, like a portfolio. Next, 5 healthy habits that are just gonna make you feel good. Number 1, exercise regularly. Move every single day, whether it's just walking, dancing. I've been doing Mad Fit's dance workouts every single day. They're only 15 minutes and it's fun. I giggle through them and I get a dance to good music. It'd be as simple as that. Doesn't have to be this 1 hour long gym workout, okay? Movement every single day. Number 2, nutritious meals. At least once a week to start, or if you can do more, great. Make sure you have a well-balanced meal, that you are hitting your protein, your fiber, your fruits, your veggies, all of it, so that you are fueling your body, so that you have the energy to focus on all the other areas of your life, your money, your relationships, your career. How you treat your body is going to give you the energy and the confidence in order to execute all of these habits. Number 3, stay hydrated and kind of keep track of how much you're drinking to see where you're at. Sometimes we think we're drinking enough water, but if you actually track it and like see yourself, you're only having like a cup a day when you should be having a handful more than that. Number 4, practice mindfulness. You can dedicate about 10 minutes a day. This could be breath work as well, to either meditate, breath work, just center yourself every single day, because we are on the go at all times. We have things that we are consuming. Our phone is on, our laptop's on, the TV's on, we're at work on its screen if that's what you do, and it's just go, 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 go at all times. So take some time, it could even be 5 minutes a day, where you truly just disconnect and you only focus on your breathing so that you can just slow your mind, settle yourself down. You can do this at night to help you fall asleep quicker. You can do this in the morning to just like set your day up. But allocating 5 to 10 minutes to either breath work or some form of meditation is so beneficial to your overall well-being. And then number 5 is a night routine. So sleep is so important. And like there's been a trend going around where it's called like the closing shift, where you just reset your house so that it just feels good to wake up in the morning. So this could be making sure the kitchen is completely clean, all the dishes are done, the dishwasher's turned on, making sure you picked out your clothes for the next day, you do your skincare, you brush your teeth, you get into cozy pajamas, you maybe turn down the lights so it's like more calming, you listen to like calming music, whatever routine you want. It's a night routine to help settle you, help you go to sleep without scrolling until like 2 a.m. And then having more sleep is going to make the next day that much better. And then lastly, 5 home habits that are just going to like make you feel good about the space you live in. Number 1, decluttering. So spend 10 minutes a day just like decluttering one area, or even you can, to start off, you can just make a list of all the areas of your space that you want to declutter that are kind of like, I don't really like this right now. And then what you're going to do is once a week, pick one area that you're going to declutter. Set a timer for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however much time you have, and go through it. Try to declutter it and just make that a weekly habit that you can do in order to declutter your space and just feel good about where you are living. Number 2, clean as you go. So I call these like 5-minute tidies, where when you're in a room, quickly get into the habit of tidying it. So like for instance, when you were like brushing your teeth at night, let's say you're in your night routine, you just do a quick tidy of the counter space, making sure all your skincare is put back neatly, make sure everything's all clean. You can even, if you have cloths and cleaning supplies, after you're done brushing your teeth and doing your night care, you can quickly just like wipe the mirror or wipe the sink out so that you're maintaining it just on that minuscule level instead of just like letting it get really gross and dirty and then you're like, oh, you have to do a bigger clean. Number 3 is to create and maintain a checklist. So you can have a cleaning checklist. You can find them on Pinterest. You can make your own, where it basically is like Mondays you do this, Tuesdays you do this, Thursdays you do this. I missed Wednesday for some reason, but you can have Wednesday off, where you just maintain certain areas of your space, whether it's bathrooms are cleaned on this day, laundry is done on this day, however you do it. But this could help you show up in your day-to-day. Number 4, thrift something that makes you happy. Self-explanatory. If there's an area that you want to decorate or you want to add something to your space, head to your local thrift store and just buy that one thing that's going to, it could just be like a little object, it could be a lamp, it could be something that just like every time you look at it, it's going to just make you smile. Okay, dopamine decor. Number 5 is to inspect and maintain. Take a look at your space. Is there anything that you want to either freshen up the paint, or is anything broken? Is there anything that you truly need to just document if you're renting, so that when your landlord comes for it to check around, you can be like, hey, this, like, you can document what needs to be fixed so that they can come in and fix it. Just get into the habit of just glancing around, being like, hey, what can I do to make this space just a little bit better? And so that you can fall in love with the space that you're currently in while building up to like just like that dream home, apartment, condo place, especially for those of you who are either in a place that you don't absolutely love right now. This is a great way to just like get focused on what you can love about the space you're in. Okay. Now, that was a lot. Okay, there is so much here and there are so many things that you can do where you can implement all 5 of these things. But you're probably wondering, Marissa, this is just like another list of habits. How am I supposed to actually implement these in my week, month, year, right? Great question, okay? Dreaming is fun. Making these lists is so much fun, but embodying this version of you, if you've been watching the glow ups that are all over YouTube right now, or people who've had like plan the best year yet, that's great. You could plan it. You can write that list. You can make that Notion dashboard, so that you can make that vision board. I've already made my 2025 vision board, and it's just like a bunch of Pinterest pins. It's like 115 Pinterest pins because I just like went crazy and was like pinning absolutely everything that just like felt good for the vision that I have for my life in 2025. And my foot is going asleep, so I got to adjust. But anyways, here's how you're going to implement these habits into your daily, weekly, monthly, just routine. Ready? Number 1, time audit. I want you to audit yourself for the rest of December and ask yourself, where am I spending my time? How much time am I allocating to this? Can I move time over here? See where you're spending it. And once you know where you're spending your time, so are you spending 5 hours a night on Netflix, TikTok binging? That's fine. We all want to dissociate, but can you take an hour of that to focus on one of your goals, one of your habits? Can you wake up 10 minutes earlier and do your breath work? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start so small. Okay, so for your movement, if you want to start moving in 2025, start doing 1,000 extra steps a day. So if you're at 5,000, you're going to do 6,000. If you're at 2,000, you're going to do 3,000. Start so small. Yes, this might feel pointless. And I find that I do struggle with this. Like, I want all or nothing. It's like, I want to be at 10,000 steps a day. I'm going to do 10,000 now, whatever. I'm only going to last a week because I don't actually have the system in place to maintain it long term. Truly just inspiration and like forcing yourself to do it for a short term, that might work out for the short term, but it's not going to be something that you're going to build every single day. So start small. Tip number 3 is to embrace changes. Accept that everything you want, all of these habits are going to accumulate into the person that you want to become, but you have to understand that you are no longer going to be the version of you now. If you want these things, if you want the money habits, the relationship habits, the career habits, the home habits, the health habits, all of it, you are going to have to change. And changing is hard. I'm a Scorpio, okay? Change sucks. But if you truly want something different, you have to embrace change. You have to open your arms and be like, hey, bring on the change. And the thing that sucks about change is that what your current life, the way it is going to be disrupted. How you manage your life and the things that you have currently right now, some things are going to fall away because they no longer serve you. But new things are going to come in that you probably can't even imagine right now. And that's the beauty of change, is that a lot of us, obviously, like if you are like me and me probably like 5 years ago, whenever I thought of change, I always thought of change for the worst. But what happens if everything changes for the better? Switch your perspective, change your perspective, welcome the good. Welcome the new and the exciting, because it's going to bring you closer to the reality that you want. Number 4, plan for setbacks. They are going to happen. You are going to fall off. You're going to not hit absolutely every single habit that you want. You're going to revert to old habits, because that is the whole point of this. You have to shift and change, accept those changes, accept those setbacks, because they're going to happen. But it's a matter of, what do you do when a setback comes? Do you just quit altogether, or do you just dust yourself off and get back up? You get back up. And then number 5, genuinely, when it comes to planning things, double the time frame. Yes, this video is about the things you can do in 2025, but if you're expecting to change your entire life in 365 days, which is genuinely, you genuinely can change your entire life in 20 days. Things can happen very, very quickly, but some things will take longer. And the effort you put in, how much you're focused on it, how much you're willing to delay your gratification is going to contribute to all of this. So if you're wanting to change your life completely in 30 days, make it 60 days. If you want to change your whole life in 6 months, make it the year. Double the time you genuinely think is going to happen, because if you tell yourself that you're going to finish something in 30 days and you don't do it, you're gonna be like, well, there's no point, I couldn't do it. When in reality, time is going to happen. That you are going to get to December 2025, and are you going to be in the same spot? Are you going to have made any changes? I want the answer to be yes, and I know you do too, but when push comes to shove, are you going to take action or not? And then lastly, I will leave you with this. Have fun, okay? I know I just talked a lot, and this was a very, very, very long video, but this was 25 habits that you can start in 2025 to just have a great year. And it is only mid-December, so take the next couple weeks to relax, review what happened, ask yourself what you want to do for the next year. Where do you want to be in the year? And just slowly build those routines that are going to help you get closer to those goals. And they don't have to be rigid or strict. You can truly just accept that what's going to happen is going to happen, and that your dreams are going to come true. Genuinely feel it. Just know that the thing that you want is going to happen. Whether it's the career, the relationship, the money goals, it's going to happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like. You can hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!